Again, everyone, welcome back to our EFC DA at home training sessions. This is our session number 2 for week 2. In this session, we will cover a bunch of technical, maybe a little bit of tactical, but heavily focused on the technical aspect of the game. So again, it's futsal specific training. We will get started with a group little warm-up that you can do to get the blood flowing, get the legs loose, and then we will progress with different skills and obstacles for you to challenge yourself throughout the session. So pay attention closely because we will be explaining how to do certain moves and different positioning of your body and feet and footwork the proper way, not just any way. So sit back and relax, here we go. The very first part of your warm-up for the day, okay, very important that you do this before you get physically moving with the ball and dribbling, as you'll see in a little bit, okay? We're gonna work on, the session is based around movements with the ball, but scooping to beat a defender, scooping to pass, but generally scooping the ball all around, okay? The whole session, all right? So we're gonna work on 3 different types of scoops. One where you face straight on to your partner, or in a game-like situation, to someone you'd like to pass to scoop in between a defender's leg who's stretched out. The second one is when you disguise it and you're looking this way and you want to play to your teammate here and scoop over, okay? And the third one being, same thing, you face your partner again. This is a little bit more tough, a little bit more challenging, but it looks like you're going to pass proper. And then right as you make contact with the ball, your foot comes up. So you're scooping with the inside of your foot. Okay, that's a new one that we're going to be teaching here at EFC. Some of our older kids have done it before, but now we want it all the way down to our 7 and 8-year-olds as well, okay? Before we get started and I show you, this should be done if you can find a wall, a cardboard box, a little bit high enough, maybe even only a foot away, okay? Scoop into it 100 times with the right, 100 times with the left for all 3 of these different scoop positions, okay? I'll show you the first one and we can get started. So the first one is facing straight on. You look down at the ball, okay, till you feel comfortable where you can pick your head up. Your foot goes under it and you turn it in. The key is turning it in. I'll explain it a little bit later in the day as well, okay, in case you miss it here. But your foot is locked down and turned in a little bit to use the first 3 toes on the outside of your foot as a little ramp to lift the ball in the air. So I would do 100 with my right foot and settle it down. Again, there's no timer on this. I can hit it just barely off. I can hit it a little bit higher, okay? Then I would do 100 of those in a row. Then 100 left and stop it. Left, oop, you mess up, you keep going, okay? So make sure not to stand straight up stiff as a board either. Make sure you're bending with each movement, okay? Bending. As you bend and you come up, that gives some leverage to get the ball up and your foot under, okay? So 100 right, 100 left, facing straight on. Then you would do what was a more disguised one where someone's coming at you and you want to scoop to a player or a teammate or even into space for someone to run onto sideways. I keep my shoulders facing the person that they think I'm going to scoop to, and I scoop it off to the side. Again, I bend a little bit, use the outside 3 toes to get it up and out, okay? 100 with the right foot here, okay? Shoulders stay almost square. You can turn a little bit, but square and out. A little bit more advanced as you go. You can try to look down first, okay? You can try to look down first. And then as you advance, maybe look at the ball real quick for a split second and test yourself. So you look down, then you look up, no look at the ball. Okay, that's more for our older kids. Okay, 100 with the right foot. I'll turn my back to you for this one just to show you. 100 with the left. Okay, get it down, get that foot under. I'm square looking that way like I'm going to play. Someone comes and I scoop to the side. Okay, 100 of those as well. The last one is the straight on. Looks like you're going to pass with the inside of the foot. Okay, but as you pass, you lift a little bit. Again, as you notice, this isn't going 2, 3, 4 feet in the air. Okay? I'm trying to get it over what I would guess an outstretched foot, a defender's leg. So I can just scoop it over and it bounces softly for my teammate. 100 with the right, then you go with the left, or vice versa. Start with the left, proceed to the right, but it must be 100 each foot. Okay? Once that's done, we'll go on to the next step, which you'll see out here in front of the goal, and we'll keep going. But this needs to be done, not just this session for this week, okay? These 3 are very important for futsal. Maybe you do these 3 times a week. It'll take you maybe 2-3 minutes to finish the whole thing out. Okay, for the warm-up, what you're going to do is, just like I said, to get everything going and get focused on the day, the agenda that we have in front of us, you're going to be creative getting around different ways. And here we have dots set down and cones on the floor spread out, different colors. At home you can use a pair of shoes, a couple pairs of shoes, pet toys, different little objects, and make sure you're doing different skills and drills and moves when you go to a different color or a different pair of shoes. In this right here, Trip is going to be dribbling around, just being creative and getting his body focused, like I said, and used to the skill attached. Here we go, Trip. Good. Notice how he's using both feet, getting his head up as he gets from one cone or dot to the next, so he can see his next place that he's going to go and do his move. Okay, well done, Trip. The next progression for the warm-up, now the player is asked to think a bit more. When you're dribbling to a yellow dot, it's going to be a sole roll with the right foot, catch it with the left. And then when you come up to an orange dot, one of the other colors, when you come to orange, you sole roll with your left and catch it with your right. The key is to make sure you're thinking about your next step in the progression of the drill so that you don't get caught thinking as you get right up to the dot. You have to know one step ahead. This is very key into getting to that next level and getting better than the other kids around you that are trying to compete at your age level. Okay, let's watch. You can start out nice and slow, okay, to get a rhythm. Then from there, you can pick it up once you feel comfortable. Okay, if you mess up, you just keep going. Pick up, try and get in the rhythm. Good. Orange left, yellow is right. Orange left, yellow right. Okay, very good, and done. Now we introduce the scoop pass into the drill. Okay, very important for futsal, but just as important for outdoor soccer as well. You must master this skill. That's why we work on it every week at training here at the EFC Center. Okay, must do it proper though. Instead of having our foot down to lift under, it's not a chip like outdoor where you make a kicking motion. You put your foot down, and here's the key. You turn your foot inside a bit and use your pinky toe, I guess your ring toe, and the middle toe, your outside 3 toes, to use as a ramp to lift under the ball, okay? It comes upward from your shoe. Tilt your foot down and in a bit, and you scoop. That's the key to helping you perfect the drill, okay? Here we're gonna have you work on going to different dots, stopping it with one foot, pisa, on top of the ball, and transferring to the other foot, okay? And then keep going. The colors do not matter, just get as many as you can in a minute. Repeat this several times, 3, 4, 5 times, a minute each, to see how many you can get. Test yourself. All right, here we go. Very good. Once he scoops and gets control of the ball, he's looking up to see where his next dot may be. Pisa, use the other foot, very good. Very good. He tilts the foot in. He's using the outside 3 toes to perform the drill. Good, good. Step with one, scoop with the other. Okay, and 3. So worked on scooping facing straight on to your opponent or trying to scoop between two defenders with their legs outstretched in between them. Now we're going to disguise a scoop to the side. So we're going to try and keep our body and head and shoulders facing one way and then scooping off to our side. It is okay to look down at the ball to do that, okay? We just don't want to get into turning fully here and giving away our disguise of the move and scooping where they might be able to get in there. So what we're going to do now is come up to the cones. You're going to stop the ball with one foot, transfer your weight, keep the shoulders facing forward, and then scoop. Still the outside three toes, okay, on your foot. But again, now we are not turning and facing to make it obvious. We're going to come up, it's as if I was coming up to a defender and they're coming straight at me maybe, and I step here, and as they come to the side, I scoop without them seeing, and I take off looking for the ball again, okay? So here you're gonna dribble around, okay? Step on the ball, pisa, and then go to the next one by trying to keep your shoulders squared straight ahead and using the outside of the foot to scoop sideways. There's no rush, you can take your time, get into a rhythm first, some right foot, some left foot, good. You just keep your body, there we go. So you're scooping off to the side, good. Nice and smooth, make sure you slip that foot all the way underneath as opposed to a chip like you would do in outdoor soccer. Just a couple more, very good, that was a good left foot. And now right. And time. Here we have the most advanced form of a scoop pass for futsal, okay? We teach this here with our older kids, but now's the time, no better than now, to teach everyone here at EFC our patented, I guess, inside of the foot scoop. So it looks like you are making a normal pass, okay, to really deceive the defender, but then at the last second when you make contact with the ball, you are actually, instead of hitting it firm in the middle of the ball, you will hit it underneath with your foot and keep contact on the ball to scoop it up. It's a little bit more challenging, okay, but the key is keeping that foot contact on the ball with the inside, and at the last second lift your leg and bend the knees at the same time to get the ball to go up. So this will really sell the move in a defender because it looks like you are playing a straight pass on the ground and the last second it goes up and over their leg, okay? We used to call this a half shin ball. Coach Keith Tozer taught me that several years ago. Now we just change it to a scoop pass to keep it simple for everyone. So here we go, we'll try it a few times. I'll do left foot and Trip here will do with his right. Like I said, it just looks like a normal pass. So the ball goes down, just trying to scoop over the cone. So I look here with the inside of my foot, and when it makes contact, I keep my foot on the ball to lift it up just several inches off the ground. Here we go. That's it, and take our time. So see how it looks like that's a very good one. See how it looks like we're coming up to the ball to play a normal pass. Now, we just keep it on our foot for a little bit, okay? On the foot for a little bit longer. Good. Okay, and when you get real advanced from that, you can probably scoop over players' heads. Trip back up a little bit. So if I wanted to just play it up in the distance, I can maybe get under and go a little bit higher. Okay, there you have it. Since we've been focusing on the scoop pass, okay, now we're gonna go a little bit more, not advanced, but you may need to grab your mom, your dad, brother, sister, somebody, or even just the wall again, which we'll get to at the end, to complete this, all right? So drag mom and dad out of the house, give them a little bit of exercise too. So first we're gonna go over the three main things that we went over. The first one, which isn't basic, but it's your staple of the scoop pass, is facing your target and just angling the toes in and scooping, okay? Very good. Receive it with the sole. Then we progress to facing the more disguised one where you face off to the side, okay? And you keep your shoulders facing your player here. When you see the olive drop down, you scoop off to the side. Good. Again, doesn't have to go 5 feet in the air. Just has to be enough to get over their outstretched leg. So imagine someone reaching out, like we have the cones here, and it scoops over the outside leg. Very good. And last but not least, again, the most advanced is the one where it looks like you're passing proper, just the inside the foot pass, okay? And you scoop with the inside of the foot. So just a little scoop. Shouldn't reach the person in the air, just enough to get over that target. You mess up like I just did, you just keep going. And then I adjust and get it a little higher the next time. Receive it with the sole of the foot, that's okay. Keep going, good. And then we'll do it a few more times, inside the foot. Inside, good. Inside. There you have it. So after you've run through the series of drills and you've got your workout for the day, keeping in mind that you do each set, maybe 3 sets of each thing for a minute each. You know, you can't just do it once and then progress to the next stage. You do this 3, 4, maybe even some of you 5 times each before you go on to the next stage. Then it becomes this, a little some trickery or so for you to have some fun when you're done with the workout. Different ways to maybe scoop over a defender's foot when they're standing up close on you. Okay, so the first one will just look like this, a little pullback to draw them in. They reach out to the side and you just scoop slightly over their foot and you're gone. All right. Just sucking them in as they reach, you teach. Okay? Back, over. Come get it, come get it, come get it. See you later. A little bit further advanced now on the move. Okay, again, we're working on, this isn't so much a scoop traditional, but a more flashy one for you to work on, be very creative. Turn this into your own move if you can, maybe even, and show us. Have your parents videotape, send it to me, text me, email me, whatever it is. We'll feature it on our social media. Okay, but we'd love to get you thinking outside of our drills and to be creative on your own. Okay? This is just a little one where it looks like this is a defender's leg stretched out or coming towards you, like you're going to dribble into them, and then you pop it up over their outstretched leg, past them, and you propel down the court. Okay? Let's give it a shot. So I reach, sole roll it, flick it over the foot, all in one motion. Try it again, try it again. So my foot is staying placed on the ground, and as the ball rolls over, I keep my heel down and the top of my foot propels it to flop it over. See if you can do it. The final fun move of the day, okay, we're gonna act as if now you have your back to a defender who's pressed up close to you or coming in to close space, and they're not expecting you to turn on them maybe. How can we scoop the ball over that player, okay? Bit risky. I wouldn't do it in the defensive part of the court. I do it in the offensive part of the court so you don't get counterattacked. Okay, always keep these things in mind when you're gonna do the drills. When is a good situation for me to pull this one out of my bag of tricks? Okay, so for this one, I've got a defender coming or pressed up tight. I wanna pull like I'm gonna turn in front of them. That's gonna be the trigger for them to maybe reach and get low and step their legs where they are planted, which I call stuck in the mud. Then you can propel the ball past them, over the top of their leg, which I'll show you here in a second, and go on down the court, hopefully get a goal. Okay, so I have the ball out in front of me. I'm gonna pull it back in close. As I pull it back in close, I'm going to let it hit the top of my foot and turn and flick it over. Doesn't have to be head height, you know, just enough to get over their leg around them, okay? We'll give it a shot a few times. I'll try it with the right foot on both sides so you can see 2 different angles. So the ball's out in front, that's the key. I don't want to start it right too close because I may not get it up, may not get that momentum enough to get it up in the air, okay? So here we go. Scooping the ball from backwards position now. Trying to go the opposite way, turn 180 degrees. So I pull the ball in, and it's up and over. We'll do right foot again from this side, okay? So you can see the difference, my plant leg, okay? As I pull and I turn, it looks like I'm gonna turn and face. It looks like I'm gonna do this and try and face up. They'll steal that. So when they go get down to reach in and steal that ball, okay, I fake that and I go right over the top. I pull and go over. Okay, last time. It's here, I pull and go over. Let's see if you can do that one now.